Welcome back to Voices on the Hill. I am your host, Corey King, and I'm here with the stellar men's cross-country runners, Blake, Cade, and Colton. I'd like to thank you guys so much for coming on the show with me today. How are we doing today? We doing all right?
Yeah, we're doing good.
Doing okay? Are we recovered from the race this weekend?
Not quite.
Not quite.
Not completely yet.
We're getting there. We're getting there. It's a tough little process, you know. Just thinking back from my playing days. Don't want to think back too far, but just how the body takes a little bit of time after a hard competition. And obviously, you guys are. How long does it typically take you guys to finish a race?
In cross country, anywhere between like 25 to 28 minutes usually.
Oh my God. My heart just sank just thinking about running that long, that consistently, and obviously getting a chance to watch you run at the RSU Invitationals. You guys are booking it. Y'all are moving and hauling tail, and you know it's so inspiring to me to see people be able to move that fast or that long on a consistent basis. So moving into that, how did you end up choosing cross country as a sport to choose?
I mean, for me, it started in middle school because my dad was big into running and like triathlons and things like that.
Oh, wow.
And I just really wanted to be like him. So I got into it my 7th grade year at Broken Arrow.
Okay.
And then it just kind of took off from there.
Interesting. And when you started that young, how do you see yourself progress? Is it pretty steadily? Is it pretty exponential? Like what is that? How do you see that growth happening?
I would say just pretty steady because there wasn't really a time where like I got slower, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like it was all just like a steady incline up until where I am now.
Interesting. Okay. And Colton, how about for you in your beginnings? How did you end up choosing and end up coming to RSU for cross country?
I got kind of a late start. I was a soccer player up until like sophomore year, and I tried out for the high school team like going into freshman year, and then going into sophomore year. I didn't make it both times, and then my friend Ian Busking, who's on the team here, he invited me to come to tryouts, and I did, and then started running, and then eventually I was better at running than soccer, so I hung up the cleats, stuck to running.
Stuck to running?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. And Cade, do you have a similar story, or is it different for you?
Mine's kind of a combined of both.
Interesting.
So my mom's a runner. She does marathons.
Oh.
That's not what I'm doing. Yeah, she's done like at least like 14 marathons and
wow,
probably over 30 half marathons. Like
okay.
That's all she does.
Yeah.
And so like obviously from a young age, mine was like I guess like elementary. I guess you can call it cross country. It was just running.
Yeah.
But that's like kind of when I started. Like there was like a summer camp for like elementary runners. And then we moved into middle school with the same coach. So he was kind of like almost like recruiting the elementary kids.
Yeah.
So that's when I was doing that. But that's when I was still playing like 5 sports. Like I was
wow.
like every sport possible. I tried them all out. And then into high school, I played soccer as well because I didn't run track until senior year of high school.
Oh, okay.
So I eventually hung up the cleats and did just running.
Just running. And so it's super common that you see cross-country runners, tag track onto it. Obviously for you, a little bit different with you playing in the senior year. Did you guys do track in high school as well?
Yeah.
And then what other, so when you're comparing events, some would say, I lean more track or I lean more cross country. Where does that lie for you? Are you more of a cross country runner, and what makes you more of a cross country runner than a track runner? Kind of enlighten us on those differences. Obviously it's a different place, you're completely off ground, and then you run into a turn left only kind of place. So what is the differences if you have seen or experienced them?
For me, I noticed that I have a lot, like I can turn over really quick, so I can put my feet down faster, but I'm not as strong over the longer distance races.
Okay.
So for me, track, running like the 800 or the mile, that's kind of where my sweet spot is.
Okay.
Compared to cross country where it's a 5 to 6 mile race. I get really tired really easily.
and I am with you on that. Even a mile for me, and I'm like, well, we need to find something else to do.
Come take a break.
I'm taking a break. But it's weird to say that because for basketball I can run for days. But like when it's just something that we'll talk about later, how you guys just run without music. That's something that I wouldn't be able to do at all. You guys are just able to just space out and just run. But before we get into that, kind of, for the other two, for you, Cade and Colton, are you both more, obviously Blake being more of a track guy, are you guys more of a cross country or track?
I would say definitely cross country for me.
Okay.
Because like I work well with the hills usually.
Okay.
Like I don't know why, but like I just feel like I kind of just like thrive on them.
Love the incline.
And then like in track, I would definitely do the longer stuff. So like 3K, 5K. So essentially the same distance in cross country, just on a track. Because I don't have like what he said, like the turnover. Like I don't have that like as fast. So I definitely like everything above the mile. I'll do the mile. I did it in high school.
Okay.
But I did the mile and 2 mile mainly.
Okay.
But yeah, so my events are longer stuff. So definitely cross country and then the higher end of the track stuff.
Okay.
Do you want to do the 10K come track time?
I kind of want to, but Hilton won't let me. He He doesn't want to put a freshman in the 10K.
And how long is a 10K?
6.2 miles.
6.2 miles.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
So could you imagine running 6.2 miles just turning left?
Oh no, with no music? Just the guys next to me? Yeah. Absolutely not. No, that's
Just them breathing right behind you. It's so nice.
just hearing this guy just humming down my back, and just gives me the creeps just thinking about it. But then people are like, oh, okay, well, you played football. How can you just go up against a 6'7", 300-pound guy every day? I don't know. This is what I do. This is what God chose me to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I didn't choose it. How about for you, Colton?
I'd say I'm pretty similar to Cade. Like, as much as I want to be the 800-mile guy, I'm just not.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd like to stick to the 3K, 5K distance. Hopefully 10K eventually. But
is that like a? So you seem like it sounds like it's like a selective group that does this 10K. Like what? How are they built differently? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the secret? How do you get chosen to be the 10K guy?
It's kind of like you just gotta like want to do it. Like not many people want to. Like we run like 60, 70 miles a week, but when you're running 6 miles on the track, like even for us, that's like 25. It's 25 laps.
Yeah.
So it's like it's just a lot.
Who's keeping count? Of the 25 laps.
Not
like
me.
that's I get lost on 4 and I'm like, I think I finished, guys. You know, like is there somebody that obviously there must be some type of official out there that is moving the slider out there?
Yeah,
Okay,
there's
good.
at the start, I guess / finish line. There's a little number thing where they move the number down.
Okay.
It's kind of like the football, like first down,
First
second.
down.
They move it down
what
like that.
Oh, well, I didn't know they went up that high. I thought it only went up to 4. Well, it's so crazy because I was a track guy way back in the day, but I've always had such respect for people who are able to go such long distances. Like endurance is such an important skill to have and very hard to train. Like my body type isn't built for that. I mean, we just have different body types. And so, I wanted to move back into the no music thing. How did that training, like what helps you to run that distance? Like, what do you guys think about? Like what makes, how do you put yourself at ease? Because I can only imagine that your mind is like, all right, look, man, we're on mile 5. Like, hey, we got a whole bunch of other things that we could be doing. Why are we on mile 5? So like, what puts you in that mindset to be like, mind, was it mind over body or body over mind? I don't know.
Mind over matter.
One of the two. You know what I'm saying, though. But how does that help you?
For me, actually, I think of a song. And it's always the song that I last listen to, without fail.
Okay.
So
and you put it on repeat the whole time?
It's just like one verse is just going on in my head the entire time.
That's me
Okay.
too. Like,
Really?
I almost start to like annoy myself. It's like I'm just singing the same 5 words over and over in my head.
Okay, so for your last race, what was the song?
It was, the duck song? Like, the duck walked up to the lemonade stand?
No.
That one?
What is the song?
I'll show it to you after.
Okay.
Because do you guys know it?
Yeah.
That was stuck in my head the entire time.
Interesting.
I couldn't tell you why.
Just one verse of it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It
Okay.
was like the, hey, bum, bum, bum. I need grapes.
Not you know the exact part that he was singing. That's hilarious. Cade, what was your song of the day for you?
During the meet, there wasn't a song. Usually it's like the longer stuff, like the long runs.
Okay.
So like over like 10 miles, because then you have to think of something.
Right.
But sometimes I'll just like completely zone out. Like I'll look at my watch, I'll see mile 4. The next time I look at it, I'm on like mile 7. Like that entire segment.
Goodness gracious.
I don't remember where I was. Like it just,
Cade is blacking out on the course, just following guys.
like if I'm alone, like sometimes I'll listen to music.
Yeah.
But when we run together, there's 8 other people around you, so you have like we're still talking to each other and everything. So
Oh, that's also impressive in itself. I don't think I can barely walk and chew gum together. We're having full-fledged conversations while we're running on mile 10. Yeah, I'm trying not to die at that point.
I am too. I'm still working.
Colton, I'll vote for you.
I heard it actually wasn't a song. It was, I don't know what team it was. They were wearing light blue, and they were on the left side of the starting line. And before the race, they did this chant, and I have no idea what they were saying, but it was like, I don't even really remember what it was.
Was that Washburn?
It might have been, but it was like.
No, I think it was
do.
Colby.
Yeah, it was that team.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
they were like, I do be dooby doo or something. And it was just like I didn't even realize I was saying it in my mind during the race, and then I like realized it, and I was like, what am I saying?
You're like
But
chanting
yeah,
for them.
It just was going through my
Chanting
mind.
for Colton, trading teams on us. Colton hits the transfer portal.
We're very supportive of everybody. Everyone gets the support.
It's such an interesting thing to like see, how people, one, prepare, but to see what people do within the inside of their competition to help them focus. And for you too, it's a single verse, and for you, you're stealing things from other people. But
Chanting for the other
you
team.
know,
That's a good way to put it.
I mean, hey, if that's what helps you get through the race, that's what helps you get through the race, But, obviously we talked about during the race. What is that preparation before the race? So like what do you do? Are you a joke around kind of guy? Are you kind of like hey, I need to be in my own zone, in my own space? What is that warm up, hour before or 2 hours before the race? What is that preparation like for you?
So I would say around 3 hours out, I'm that joking guy because I have so much nervous energy that I just need to get it out somehow.
Okay.
But then like an hour to go, I just need to listen to my music and just like visualize what's gonna happen.
Ooh, yes.
Because I've noticed whenever I don't visualize, I usually like lose track of myself, and then I end up what we call like falling asleep during the race, which basically means like you're not paying attention, and you're also not racing,
Okay.
which in turn is like slowing you down.
Interesting. Can elaborate more on that? I've never heard of that before.
So like it's kind of like what Cade was talking about, where between mile 4 and mile 7 on a certain run, you just you don't remember it.
Interesting.
That's kind of like how it is. Like I'm just not focused on the race. I'm not focused on competing. I'm just kind of there,
You're just running.
just running.
Now, okay, my next question is, it's a 25 to 28 minute long race. Isn't it, I don't want to say okay, but like, isn't it like, is it possible for you to go 25, 28 minutes of just pure focus that long in a race? You know what I'm saying? Without having that experience of falling asleep? Because if you are, that's, wow, like you are impressive. That is, because I can't even do that during a football game. Like football game is 3 hours long. And there are times I'm sitting on the bench, like I'm like, man, what are we gonna eat for dinner tonight? You know what I'm saying? Like you lose that focus. So like, how do you manage that? How do you train that? And then 2, do you how do you snap yourself out of it? Is the next question.
It definitely starts in practice.
Okay.
Because like we're very focused on like having a team mantra where we're trying to help the team win. Like it's not for our individual pursuits, but for the team. And in that sense, you're kind of using your teammates to keep you focused. So we really focus on pack running, which is like, let's say it's us 3 in the same race. And
Thank you for not including me.
Hey, you want to come on the team?
No.
We're looking for a spot.
I do have another year of eligibility, but I'm going to use it for somewhere else.
But let's say that we're both in the same, like we all have the same goal.
Yeah.
So we kind of feed off of each other to help keep each other focused.
Yeah.
and then like say one of us is falling back, kind of starting to fall asleep in a sense, we'll like tap them on the back to make sure that they wake up and like refocus and reattach themselves.
Or they may oink at you.
Or they may oink at
Or
you.
you
Yeah.
they may oink at you.
For my teammate Nathan Hernandez, who is definitely watching this right now, he in the middle of the race, I was struggling bad, and he came up to behind me and he was like, "Come on, Blake."
I can only imagine. Like, what do you do? Okay.
I wanted to laugh, but I was so tired that I couldn't laugh.
You have to come on at that point.
And then I smoked him. So.
Well, hey, obviously, it woke you up.
Oh yeah.
You were falling asleep, and now I'm awake. Colton, obviously we kind of drifted off, but for you, what's that preparation like for you?
I'm kind of like how he said the nerves. Like it helps to be a little goofy and like not really like I'm not really I guess in the zone. Like some guys are like AirPods in, like not talking. I'm like sometimes I feel like I'm being annoying to people. Like it just helps for me to just like talk and get my mind off of it. And then like once I'm like on the line, like doing strides and stuff, like right before the race, then I'm kind of in the zone and like it's go time.
Okay.
So.
I definitely lock in from like an hour out. Like I'm the AirPods in.
Yeah.
Nobody talk to me. I'm not talking to anyone type of person. Like, cause like I just like self-motivate myself. Like I don't need like I guess like a hype person or something. Like that's like myself. It's like I know what I need to do, and I just like put my mind to it and just do it type of thing.
Yeah.
So I just lock in myself and just tell myself what I need to do.
Interesting. And I love talking to other athletes just to see how they prepare. Like for us, we're going to war. Like we're about to go and I'm about to get in a car crash. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm gonna go do. But for you guys, it's a completely different world. So we prepare differently, and also based on our personality and who we are. And that's what's so beautiful. And I kind of pivot this into like who helped you develop these skills and what made you prepare better. And the question I tag along with it was your mentor, the person that took you underneath their wing. Obviously you guys are 2 sophomores and a freshman. You're fairly new to the collegiate game. It's not until your junior senior year you're like and then you're done that, but like you're new to the game. So there's is there somebody who was on the team or even in high school who was older than you was like, hey, like come follow me. I'll teach you a little one or two things, and then that you just took with you and you ran with it. So like, was there somebody that really helped you prepare to where you're at right now?
Yeah, my high school coach, Coach Messenger, who actually coaches at Cade now, he was definitely one of the best influences I've had in the running game, just because he doesn't use a lot of words, but he's very intentional with what he says.
Okay.
So it's kind of like whenever he talks, you listen. And he talks a lot about like mental game visualization and things like that. And so I think that's where I kind of got all right, an hour out, just like calm down, come to myself and just think about what I'm about to do.
Right. And I love the visualization. That's such an important piece in being able to see your success. Like if you can see it, then your mind is such a powerful tool in being able to control your body and understand like, all right, I hit this moment, this is how I'm going to perform. Like that's awesome that somebody's teaching you that, because a lot of people don't know that. So how about for you two? Is there somebody that has guided you along?
Well, speaking of the visualization, in high school we would like literally like leading up to a race, we would at the end of practice the whole team would lay down on the ground like on their back, eyes shut, for like 5 minutes, and our coach would go through the race, and we'd like do it like 3 times leading up to the race, and like he'd spend one time talking about like prep for the race, and then like the start of the race, and then the second one was like middle of the race, and then so on, and that really did help in school.
Interesting point. Like, do you guys get to see the course before you compete?
Usually, yeah.
Yeah,
most of the
it depends on the course. Like this past weekend, we raced at a course, and some of the people on the team, like some of the older people, had raced there before, and a majority of us hadn't. So it was new for most of us. But then there's other courses like Missouri Southern's course that we've raced there so many times, and so we know the course.
Yeah.
And so.
What is that like? So when you're completely oblivious, you don't know a dang thing about this course. How is there a strategy of like how you come out in the race? Like, how do you adjust on the fly? Like, obviously, like, oh Lord, that is a big hill right there. Like, does that, how does that dictate your pace and how you race? Ooh, that kind of rhymes. Yeah, okay, cool.
Sometimes, like, if it's a course that we haven't raced before, we'll kind of know whenever we're about to finish, but we'll take certain turns and we'll tell ourselves like, okay, this is the last turn. We're heading home right now.
Yeah.
And it's not the last turn.
Oh. Oh no.
Yeah.
That happened a lot at our home meet because there was like, was it 4 loops? Yeah, there was 4, but some people like started like trying to kick like, on the 3rd one.
Yeah.
And they had a whole nother like mile
And it
to
was
go
the
or
winners,
something.
the first and second guy.
Yeah.
They thought they were done, and then they had to keep going.
Oh man, that's terrible. I can even imagine. Like, that's like, it's the 3rd quarter. It's the 4th quarter, guys. Oh wait, there's a whole nother quarter. No, I can only imagine the sheer amount of disappointment of like, oh wow, I've just spit myself. I need to find another leg to keep going. But that's so interesting. Like, I couldn't even imagine, like, you just kind of just running blind to a certain extent, and you're just like, well, wherever this road takes me, I hope we can find our way home.
It definitely helps to know the course.
Yeah.
Because like when you run it once or twice, especially like twice and then more, you understand like where the turns are, where you need to finish, where you need to be in position by. Like if there's a certain time towards the end of the race where you need to be in position to kick or something. Because that'll definitely help knowing, I guess, what turn. Hopefully, you're turning and you're kicking at the right point,
Right.
not 2 miles out, type of thing. Yeah.
That sounds terrible. And now that we're kind of getting into the nitty gritty of racing, what kind of strategies and like nuances and things that like you guys would only talk about within your team, and that and outside of like myself, all I see is just a bunch of men, and they're running out there, hitting a couple circles. Oh, they're going up a hill now. So like, what things do you guys like talk about to, one, better yourself, make yourself better? Like, what are some strategy and nuances?
I think cross country is a lot more physical sport than people think. Like if you're not running with your elbows out, you're gonna get squashed basically.
Wow.
And so like there's this thing that I usually do where if I'm kind of boxed in at one point, there's this really cool trick where if you put your thumb on someone's hip, you can push them wherever you want and they cannot do anything about it.
Interesting.
So if you do that, then you can like get yourself out of a
little jam.
I
got you. Interesting. Wouldn't have no idea. You know what I'm saying? As I was telling you guys earlier about the women's golf, talking about this is a gentleman's sport, ladies' sports, and we don't trash talk. But like for you guys, you gotta get a little.
Definitely.
Excuse me, to it. So, anything for you, you, Cade, that you use to further yourself along?
It's not to the extent of pushing their hip, but like definitely like making sure you don't get cut off and you have your own running lane.
Right.
So like turns especially, like don't let someone cut off the rail. I mean, you have to. I mean, you can get up to their shoulder and it's like give them a little nudge with your shoulder.
Yeah.
But it's not getting cut off is the main thing because then that throws off your whole rhythm and then you have to like get back into it.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Does it take a long time to get back into rhythm?
It can definitely because like I guess depending on like if you get cut off, you have to slow down. Then you have to get back into your pace.
Right.
And then, because like when you're running like at a high speed for a while, you kind of like get in a rhythm where like you're running fast and it hurts, but like it's easy to do it almost.
Right.
And then like when you stop, it's hard to get back going again.
Pick it back up again. No, that does make sense.
Like most races, you have like 200 guys. Like the starting line is the widest spot on the course, and then you're all racing to a bottleneck.
Yeah.
So like I've been in a race before where I literally walked because it bottlenecked, and then like everyone was stuck, and I literally had to walk, And so like,
Coach
and
is
if
on the
you
sidelines, run, Colton, run.
like if someone falls, like you're literally gonna get like trampled, and everybody has spikes on their feet. So
Yeah.
like, it's rough. So you just gotta be careful. Like most of the time when I'm starting, I'm like looking around, like who's here, and you're also like, if I know I need to be racing with these two guys, like I'm like finding them in the start so I can be with them. So like all of that going on, it gets pretty hectic.
I was going to say, like, you guys are all, I mean, it's like herdling cattle to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Of being like, all right, here we go, guys, we're all here and we're going to run. What is, like, is it pretty intense in that, in that huddle, trying to find, your running mates for that time? Like, what is, like, take us to that moment of like, it's race time, we're about to start, I'm trying to, weasel my way in here. Like, what is that like for you? What is your heart at? What is your mind at? Like, what do you, like, where's your body?
We kind of like, we always say right before we start, like, we grab our guys and we're like, okay, find each other early. Because especially in the bigger races, if you don't find each other early, there's a good chance that you're not going to find each other until like around 2 miles in.
Wow.
Because it just takes that long for the race to kind of develop.
Wow. 2 miles. That sounds so long.
And like we were talking about falling asleep mid-race, like if you have your guys with you and you're racing with them, it's a lot easier to stay engaged and stay with them. To where like if you're not with them, they're like over there, then you have to like will yourself to get up there. And if you don't, you're like, unless you consciously say like, I'm gonna go up there and you do it, like you're gonna get to them. And the second that gap gets bigger, it's just, you're done.
Yeah.
So
Then it's too big to overcome. Type of
yeah, and then you're just out of it. And once you're out of it, there's no coming back.
Oh yeah, cross country seems like one of the biggest mental battles of a sport. ever.
Amen.
Like,
That is
just
true.
being able to, be like, all right, like we're a mile 4 and we got 4 more to go. So nut up or shut up. Let's go. So I commend you guys on being able to continue, on that road. So I kind of want to, pivot that into like, I know you kind of talked about your dad being, the person that got into running. Is there any other people that helped you, like, hey, it seems like a fun sport to do? Like, is there any other like hard mentors in that realm?
I would say, I keep going back to like my younger days, but my middle school coach, he was this big stocky dude, and I like to use the reference, like he literally like grabbed me and like put me in a headlock because he like put me under his wing. I know that's a terrible analogy, but it's the first thing that came to my mind. But he had a lot to like kind of voice
Interesting.
on like my career
Okay.
and like how I should carry myself through it. And it was really cool because like a full circle moment was he is a state representative. So he's at the Capitol every day. And my senior year, me and one of my teammates were able to go down there and like go down to the floor. And he gave us like these letters, and it was really a really cool day.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
That sounds amazing. That's so cool.
But he like also talked to me there, and he was like, "You did exactly what I knew you were gonna do. Like you carried yourself well, and just continued to like push forward no matter how like quote unquote good I got, if that makes sense."
And that's what's important. It's important to have those people early in our lives to be like, you're good right now, but
Yeah.
there's still more to do. You know what I'm saying? It's so vital in the development of, young student athletes. So I'm happy that you have somebody in your life that does that for you. Cade, would you say that your mom, the marathon runner, did that for you to a certain extent?
Yeah, like she got me into it, but it was also like my middle school cross country coach, because
Yeah.
like she did and does like the Ironman stuff. So like those triathlons also.
Yeah.
And like she was like my #1 fan, I guess, behind my parents. But so like
She had like posters and everything.
she actually did a couple times, but
Right next to her parents.
yeah. But she was like my biggest cheerleader, and she did that for the whole team. Like her energy, like you just can't not want to do the best you can.
Right.
Because she was just the most positive and most uplifting person, especially like, and that definitely helped as a younger runner.
Yeah.
Because like I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just like running, but she kind of gave me a little direction of what it looks like.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's definitely beautiful.
I can just imagine middle school Cade's like head on one of those big head things, and she's carrying it around Glenpool like, woo!
Give them to each person lying on the side.
Those heads are so scary. Like, there's nothing worse than looking in the stands. You're trying to be locked in, and there's just a big head of yourself. All right, who did that? Please.
My parents surprised me with one, and it was, I'm sorry, Mom, but the worst picture of me that she chose. Like, my teeth were yellow as could be.
Oh, my
and
goodness.
like it was right after a race, so my hair was like matted down basically.
And sweaty and just.
Come on, Mom. Come on, Mom.
I love you, Mom.
Not in that moment, but we love you overall.
You're a great person.
Overall.
Amazing.
Overall. Not the best decision, but overall, you're great.
Luckily, I've only had one of those. One big head made me. My dad did it at graduation. So
Not graduation, though.
he didn't show me until after, though. I'm lucky I didn't look out in the stands and see that.
See it and
Thank
spot it
you.
yourself.
Yeah, and especially because I was valedictorian, so I had to give a speech.
Oh, my God.
If I would have looked out and saw my face, I would have broke down.
been mortified
That would've-
mid-speech.
I was starting to stutter in my life.
So glad to be a part of your. Was that a,
Was it a good
is
picture,
that
though?
me?
It was okay. I've had better. I've had worse.
Okay, there we go.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so like for me, like whenever I told my parents I was gonna run cross country, they were like, okay, like they had no idea like anything about it. And they didn't know anything about soccer when I played, and they were like finally getting to know it. And then I was like, oh, I'm running cross country now. So they were just like, okay, you do you. And my high school coach, I love him to death. He was amazing, and he definitely made me love the sport. And I didn't really, like my sophomore year when I first started, there was like a couple guys that I looked up to, but that was also the year of COVID, so we weren't racing. So it was kind of a tough time. And then the next year, it was pretty much the guys in the grade above me were a bunch of goons, and
We love goons.
yeah, they were goons, and so it was kind of up to like my class was we had like 6 guys that were pretty solid guys, and 2 of them are here now, and so we kind of had to be leaders ourselves from an early time, and I feel like that kind of helped me now to where I can just continue that through college, and so yeah.
Good. No, that's such a, that's probably something that, is very interesting is to be a leader young. And obviously you guys are young on this team. Do you guys find yourselves in a leader, in a somewhat of a leadership role? Like what is the, leadership dynamic of your current team? Do you guys, have to be, is it a collective effort, or is there a group of people that are like, yep, those are our leaders who we're following?
I think we all kind of hold each other accountable. There's definitely the older guys that lead by example and are like, they have the authority. But I think for me at least, like I'm a sophomore, so I don't want to like tell a senior what to do. But I mean, I still will, I guess. I don't know. You just kind of like, you can't go overboard, and we all just hold each other accountable. I'll get on the freshmen, but yeah.
He tries to.
Cade's joking around.
We all kind of have like different ways that like we lead. So like a guy like Carlos, who's a senior this year, he is like a lot more of a vocal leader than someone like John, who's also a senior, is.
Right.
John's very much the lead by example, and Carlos is more of the vocal guy.
Yeah.
So like I'd say we're blessed to have the senior class that we have, because they just complement each other so well.
Yeah.
And so like they like pretty much bounce ideas off of each other, and like all lead in different ways that conjourn, is that a word? Conjourn? can join together. So
English is hard. Don't worry about it. I do it all the time.
I tried.
Hey, E for effort.
I have this vocab app that helps me a lot.
Does it?
But
That's important to have.
Daily vocabulary?
Continue to
What?
grow
Daily
vocabulary.
vocabulary?
no, it's just vocab.
Just one word, like
Just-
a word of the day.
Yeah, well, like I have it set up to where it sends me like a word every hour.
Oh wow. What was the last hour's word? No pressure.
I didn't look.
Got
I
it. Cool.
couldn't tell you. But it has like
It's like looking to help ourselves out, but you're letting us down.
it has like a bunch of repeat words. Like one of the words that shows up every other day is like cohesive.
Oh, okay. Well, we are working as a cohesive group today.
Exactly.
Look at
there
that.
we go.
Wow. Hey,
Did
look.
concern
All right.
pop up?
No.
Concern did
Con-
not pop up.
No, did not
Conjoined
pop
was
up.
the one.
Not one of those.
Didn't see that one yet.
Nope.
We'll try again next time. Well, something I'm also been very curious about is the recruiting process of cross country. Like obviously, we're playing collegiate sports. How do you end up here? You know what I'm saying? Like somebody recruits you to, play that sport there. What is that like for cross country? Like, is it, really just based off times? Like, how does, somebody persuade you to join their university?
Time is a big part of it because that's like we always race against a clock.
Yep.
So the faster you're in high school, the better chance that you have to be recruited by a bigger school. And then after that, I feel like it's all down to what kind of you're looking for. Because for me, I wasn't necessarily like looking to be on the biggest team with the most people. I was looking for a group of guys that kind of felt like my high school team.
Interesting.
To
Okay.
where there was that cohesive group.
Ah,
There we go. Nice. But just a group that felt more like a family, like a group that you can do life with rather than people who take it a little bit too seriously.
yeah.
And like on my visit here, after I was done being shown campus around, the coaches were like, all right, you're free to do whatever. And so I went over to some of the guys' rooms, and it was a Friday, so they didn't have classes. And we sat in their room and played Minecraft for 9 hours.
9 hours is crazy.
The greatest recruiting visit of all time.
I knew from
sold.
that moment I was going to come here.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Sold
like,
from that point.
Yeah, Minecraft for 9 hours without being unbothered. Oh my God.
Seals the
yes.
deal right there.
What did you build?
They were like messing around on their survival world, and they just kept killing the girls on the team. So that was just fun.
How many people were playing?
It was like probably 10 people
In one server?
on one server.
Oh, awesome. That is
Insane.
If you guys don't know what Minecraft is, it's a video game where it's just a bunch of block people on a block world, and you're diamonds and gold, and you really build whatever you want. So it's cool.
Fight mobs.
Ask your kids about it. Colton, how about you? What was the recruiting process like for you?
I think, like with cross country and track, there's really no bias. Like times are times, and like consistency kind of plays a role. But for me, like staying close to home was kind of big for me. I'm just from Owasso, so from my driveway to here is like 17 minutes.
Oh man,
So,
clutch.
like, I never have to do my laundry here. I just go home and do it. So that was pretty big for me. And then the team was just very welcoming. So, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like, I was in Glenpool for my entire life, and I was like, I kind of want to go somewhere else because Glenpool's small enough, you know everyone, you see the same people every day.
Right.
So I wanted to get far enough away. So like I'm 45 minutes away, so I mean, it's not like I can't go home. So like I can go home anytime I want.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I guess not anytime, but it's close enough where I can, but it's not far enough where it's like I have to take like 3 days out of my week to go.
Right.
So it's nice to see new faces, and the faces here they're nice. So they're
A lot of good faces around the old Claremore area.
but yeah, it's really just like the team, the family, I mean, we're more than a team, like we're brothers. Like it just feels like I've known these people for a while, even
Yeah.
though it's been 3 months?
Not even.
3.
When you
We
run-
got here in August. We got here at the same time. Think about that. We get to know these new beautiful faces together. Cade, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie. With Cade, it was kind of different because our old coach who recruited him, I feel like he couldn't remember your name to save his life, so he called you Glenpool Bro. Like that's how we got to know Cade.
That's so bad. That's so bad.
I still hear it from time to time.
Hey, Glenpool.
And now he's consistently third on our team.
Hey,
so.
listen, it's not the worst nickname I've ever heard. I had a buddy, we played football together. One of the seniors was like, his last name was Duxbury. So we called him Ducky. So for his whole career, even to this day, we still call him Ducky. Like a rubber ducky. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who would want to be called a rubber ducky for your whole career? And he was an All-American, an absolute dog on the field. Like, and we're out there screaming, let's go, Ducky! You know, so Glenpool is
Glenpool Bro's not too bad.
it's not that bad. Man, we can rise over that.
I've been
you
called
know?
worse.
That's good stuff. But, you know, I want to talk about something that was really unique to you guys, something that I've never seen before. You guys raced at nighttime and had hosted a home meet at nighttime. I wanted to hear about your opinions and what you thought about the race and how that's different for you, racing so late. It obviously was a spectator-friendly course. We were able to watch you guys the whole totality of the race, where, from my understanding, we were not normally allowed to do that. And so, just kind of talk about what that was like. From what I heard, the high school kids for sure loved it. It's such a different experience. So, I wanted to hear what it was like for you guys.
I loved it. I thought it was great. It was really different racing at 10:30 at night.
Yep, I was a little sleepy.
And also, I feel like whenever you're running at night, it reminds you of like running around your neighborhood after dark,
yeah.
where you feel like you're moving so much faster than you really are.
You have that feeling at nighttime?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because you're running from everything in the dark, man. You're terrified. You gotta go.
I don't know what's going on in your neighborhood, but
You get it.
I mean, yeah.
I hear what you're saying, yeah, but okay, all right. Continue.
But it was a cool experience.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
It was so cool. Like, first of all, that was my first cross country meet I've ever been to, but I've seen pictures and, and having a rough idea what it looked, but it was so cool to be underneath the lights. Like, it kind of reminded me you guys were playing football out there underneath the lights like that. And like, that's probably a completely unique experience you guys have never had before. Would you guys want to do something like that again, being underneath the lights like
I
that?
definitely hope we
yeah.
do that again. Last year was the first home meet the RSU's ever done, and it was in the morning, just a regular cross country meet, and like it was the first one, so there wasn't a lot of teams there. It's hard to get awareness and get a lot of teams, so it was good. But then this year it was like number one, with it being so late, it was weird. Like normally when I'm like going to bed, I was driving to a cross country meet, about to race, and so I definitely had some caffeine. And then like we got there, and there was like the high school races were first, so they were like already going on. And there was so many people. It was like
It was packed.
it was packed, and it was like the energy was just like crazy there.
No
like,
bear.
I'm
sorry.
What's no bear?
We'll get to that one.
Yeah. I'll let him continue. I just had
We'll
to
bring
save
it up
myself.
again.
So it was just like the whole, like almost the whole race was like there was just people cheering. Like it was kind of cool. Like on the very back part where it was like dark, it was like silent and dark over there, and then that was like a small portion of the course, and then everything else was just like lights and people everywhere. So it was fun.
Line shoulder to shoulder, just down the side. I mean, like even coming down like the final, like to the chute. Like I mean, there were people. I mean, just-
Everywhere.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
all the way down.
Like
for-
people like getting on the course, like screaming at you. Like it was
Is
just
that-
fun.
Was it a good feeling to have that?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
for,
yeah.
oh yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
I would. Yeah, I
Like
can
it-
imagine that would be so. Gives me goosebumps just
Yeah.
thinking about that one stretch of the race,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
the whole thing. But
It's like when you're running past someone and it's like out in the public, it's like you naturally kind of speed up. You're like showing off a little bit, but like it's the whole course and it's in a race, so it's like perfect.
that's
You
awesome.
just run faster.
And is that course typically a faster course? You would run faster
Yeah.
than you would
Yeah,
on
it's
the-
just completely flat. I mean, it's on soccer fields. So
Yeah.
The only hill is a downhill.
Yeah, it was just
So
flat.
it helps. But.
And it was really cool to be, in that space with you guys and watch you guys race, and for that to be my first time watching a cross country meet in that kind of environment, like that was super cool to be a part of. So I thank you guys for one, competing well, and two, allowing me just to hang out with you guys. So I want to pivot to life outside of sports. You know what I'm saying? That's one reason why I asked you guys to be here is because we're not just athletes. We have lives and things that we're interested in besides when we're wearing the red, red and navy. So we just want to start with asking like what are your your hobbies, your interests. I've heard that the men's cross country is quite dabblers in the old disc golf. So is that how did that is that a tradition now? Like where did that transpire from?
That tradition started with people way before us.
Like Justin Noble old?
I think probably older than Justin
Maybe
Noble.
older, I think.
Oh wow.
I mean, it's hard to get older than Justin Noble.
I mean, Justin Noble is quite the ancient creature on campus.
But like it was something that the older guys last year whenever I was a freshman showed me, and so I've been addicted to it ever since.
Okay. And do you guys like have your own disc? Like, where do you guys go? Like, what's the nearest golf course around?
There's actually one down at the lake.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty small course, but that's where we all started playing pretty much.
And then,
So
are there different types of discs? Like, I have no
Oh, yeah.
idea. Oh, okay.
We could do a whole different podcast about this because we could be here for a
We
while.
could sit here for another hour and a half telling you about
Just
everything.
talking about disc golf?
Oh yeah,
It goes that deep?
it's that deep.
Okay, all right. Give me like just quick something. Cade, I know you're the expert, so lay it on me now.
You got discs to go short, medium, long, and then each one of those, one that goes straight, one that goes left, one that goes right.
What?
So I mean, like me personally, I think I have 25 discs in my
You
bag.
have 25 discs? Where do you put these discs, Cade?
I just bought a backpack off Facebook Marketplace.
Oh my gosh!
It was $175.
25 for a disc? Can you hold all 25 though?
Yeah. And it's a good quality too. Like there's different ones. Like you can tell, like it's a good backpack.
This is a good backpack.
Oh yeah,
Cade certified.
For $175, it better be. I'm not just buying anything.
Right, 100%.
But yeah, definitely. So like I mean, they're all like, I guess it's science, but like the spinning of the disc, like how thick it is, how thin it is.
Yeah.
And then like what you call like the wing of the disc is like the very end of it.
Yeah.
Some of them like go down, which will make it a little. It'll fly a little more like this way, and then if it's flatter, it'll go a little more this way. So like the shape of the disc, and
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
told you.
Oh, you're deep.
We could be here for a while.
You're deep into this. Interesting.
I can keep going if you want. But yeah, like I mean, it's just like minimal things that can change the disc, how far it goes, how it looks. I mean,
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, one of these days we're gonna have to, take me out there.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna have to throw the old disc around. I'm not gonna be very good. I mean, I like frisbee, but
You're pretty big. I bet you could throw it far.
see, everybody says that. Like, oh, Corey, you're big. You know what I'm saying? You look like
You got some power.
you worked out a time or two. Didn't work out for golf when I went golfing. So like,
There's still
This golf is
technique.
easier to pick up than golf.
I hope so.
It
So
is,
much
yeah.
easier.
I hope so, but you just
'Cause I'm
don't let the size
terrible
fool
at
you.
golf.
There's a lot more technique. I'm a little clunky now. I'm not as, All right. Anyways,
Another thing we do, it's this game called Bear. So that's why I said no bear earlier, is because, so.
Go ahead, tell them.
It started in my high school.
Yeah.
And me and the two other guys in my grade brought it to RSU.
beautiful.
But
We
basically,
love that.
every time you fart,
Just wait.
You have to say no bear.
Okay.
But if someone says bear before you can say no bear, you have to get on all fours and roar like a bear.
Go ahead, Blake, show them.
So if
I don't
you
need to.
can like try to play it off and not say no bear, like he could have not said no bear and interrupted the podcast. But then if I would have like heard it or smelled it, I could have said bear, and then
I would have had to do it right
You would have gone on
now.
all fours right there, roaring like a bear.
middle of the podcast.
Where did this game come from? Like,
There was like this one kid that came from, I don't even know where he came from. He was just on the team one day, and then he started doing
He
it.
just showed up, started running with us.
Yeah, and then he like, I think he left. I don't know where he went. Last I heard, he like
Sounds like
he like
Forrest
got in
Gump.
a explosion and like blew his face up.
What?
So,
What?
Yeah. He like,
What?
yeah. True story.
What?
No, he's fine. Like, he's good.
Colton, what do you mean?
You should have
Well,
won
we
with
just
that.
like burned him.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's fine now.
His face exploded.
No, it didn't explode. There was an
That's what you said.
explosion.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah.
Interesting.
Like that?
Yep.
And he's okay now.
Yeah,
Is he
he's
still
good.
running?
He's all good. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Excellent. So this bear game seems like it might be a potential problem for you guys, like on the bus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then let's say like we're doing like an easy run, and
No way you guys are playing bear while you're running.
only time
That's
that you
when it
can't
gets the
get guy is whenever it's a workout, because we don't want to interrupt a workout.
Right. It's like when you're in the weight room.
No, weight room's
No,
different.
You'll do a weight room.
Like a running workout.
Oh, okay.
Weight room.
That's your only safe is when you're a running workout.
In a running workout.
Yeah.
If you're in the weight room and you let it go, you
You are.
better get-
That's it.
I want to hear. You guys. They don't know
Do
this.
you want me to do it for you? Is that?
I kind of. Yeah.
Okay,
It's a little bit now. Now we're curious, right?
All right, hold on. Let me make sure that my mic doesn't get messed up.
Bear.
All right.
Bear.
That's pretty much it.
Like,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
This is about to be the most interesting edition of Voices on the Hill I've ever had in my life.
when you sign up for the team, you sign up for the game.
It's in your letter of
It's in-
intent.
Yep.
Yes. To get back on task.
I felt like we were on task.
Yeah.
We were on task. But I'm gonna get Josh with that.
Oh, and also, let's say like I thought that he farted and I said bear
And you got wrong.
and I got it wrong.
False bear.
False bear.
False bear.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
you gotta
So
be
it's like a
careful.
risk reward
You
thing.
can't just throw it around.
You can't know. It's not. It's not something to be toyed around with. This is real deal, real life.
This is
Yep.
serious.
Oh
This
yeah.
is real business.
This is
I-
business.
yeah. I understand that and I respect that. 100%.
We punish certain people who don't play the game.
Yep.
Got it. Hey,
So
men's cross country, soon to be RSU athletic wide. If you don't play the game, we can't respect you.
Nope.
I get
There we
it.
go.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
just a
a man of
respect
I'm a
thing.
man of
Yeah.
integrity. I understand the levels of the seriousness of bear.
I'm glad we agree.
Of course. We need to come up with a secret like bear truce type handshake.
Like walk into a room and you just have to go like this.
We are bears.
Roar.
They should put that in the show, We Bear Bears.
We Bear Bears.
Have you heard of that show?
No, what is that?
It's the show about these three bears.
Yeah.
There's a polar bear, a grizzly bear, and a
What is
panda
this?
bear.
Okay.
Do you know about this?
What is the panda bear?
I think I've heard of it.
That just
it a
eats the
show?
bamboo.
I think so.
I just found this video
Well,
talking about panda bears.
It's an animated show.
Oh.
And so they're basically people. Like they have a house.
What
They-
is Jack Black in it?
What?
He plays Pooh or Boot. Poe from Kung Fu. Come on, guys.
Jack Black plays Winnie the Pooh.
I gotta see that.
How do you expect us to get that? You said poo.
My fault. It was Poe.
But no, it's a different panda bear.
Dang it.
But you should look it up. It's a really good show.
All right, we'll do. I will have to write that in my notes. What was the show called?
We Bear Bears.
We Bear Bears. We Bear
Poe.
Bears. We Bear the Bears. Interesting. Okay.
Surprised you haven't heard of that. I grew up.
Where's
watching
it
this
on?
show.
It's a cartoon.
It's on, I think, Hulu or Peacock.
Okay, I got the Hulu. We can do the Hulu.
It was on Cartoon Network for a while.
Is it like a kid's cartoon?
Yeah.
If it was on Cartoon Network, I would assume
Well, it's on Hulu also.
it was a kid's show.
You never know.
This is true. This is true, kid. This is true. Just how we never knew that there's
Blake
so many
watches it.
nuances
Okay,
to
whoa,
disc
whoa,
golf.
whoa.
Blake's a big fan, apparently.
Big fan. We watch it from time to time.
What's this?
We Bear Bears.
We Bear Bears. Got it.
It's for all ages.
Colton, If you were to describe your perfect day, what would your perfect day include?
Probably a good night's sleep the night before,
Okay.
How long though?
Oh yeah.
like 9 hours.
9 hours. I don't know
You
if I can
sleep
even
and
sleep
sleep
for that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Not like Ian though.
No.
Not like Condor.
Ian Conder gets upwards of 10 hours, right?
A night?
Sometimes. Yeah,
He's
he
in
averages
bed by
like over
7:30.
9.
Ish.
Oh wow.
He's always sleeping.
I don't know how he does it.
Bless his soul. Like yeah, like school, social life, anything.
He has the team. We're here for him.
Got
So I'd sleep. I don't think I'd have a choice. I'd have to run in the morning. So probably
this
like
is, you don't have to. Like this is your perfect day. But if that makes you happy,
Do you
and
want to
need
run?
it,
I probably have to run.
okay.
Do you
But
want
like
to, though?
not 6 a.m. like 6:30, so I can get that little extra sleep. And then
Ooh.
That's a big difference for
That's
us.
huge.
probably
Huge,
like
huge difference.
a hard workout, but it goes good. Like it was really good.
Yep.
Like, what's your ideal workout?
Like those mile repeats we did.
Mile
Like
repeats
that
are
day,
fun.
that was a good day.
That was a good day.
So then like you're leaving
That
practice
sounds
and you're
terrible
like,
to me.
like
No, it's really fun. Trust us.
It was a lot of fun. We had a
so
great
then
old time.
you're leaving practice and you're feeling good, and then you
Yep.
go to the calf and the whole team's there. Like everybody from the team is in the calf, and we're all eating, and we're all in there for a while, and then I go back, take a shower, and then probably do nothing for the rest of the day.
Okay.
So your first
Yeah.
6 hours are booked.
Yeah, after that, it's
The rest of the day, he's just like,
yeah,
Just stares at the wall for the next 12 hours.
yeah.
You were starting so strong. I loved the detail. And then when we just went, nah, well, after that, I don't know.
Yeah, nothing else.
That's probably similar for me too, though. Just
Yeah.
get everything you need to do done.
Right.
honestly, yeah.
Like
So you
people
just
think
move-
we like we're cross country runners, we're fit, like we can go do stuff all day, but like it's the opposite. Like
Oh, God. Oh,
everything goes into running, and then everything outside of that is like
lazy
lazy.
as can be.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Like
I
I don't.
am on the same page,
Yeah.
sir.
I'm like a little kid. I need to have a nap every single day or else I get a little cranky.
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't had my nap today, so I'm surprised.
That's because you're here with me. That's what
That's
this
so
is.
right,
You're on the
Corey.
camera, you know what I'm saying?
you're
You-
so-
you just, you know,
I forgot that I needed a nap.
you're embracing the moment.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need a nap. Pish posh.
Get to talk to my friends, get to bear a few times.
It was beautiful.
A few
I
times.
appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying?
was
I
only one. You
appreciated
gonna do it
you
again?
making
I'm
yourself.
okay.
Okay.
You don't want to read bear?
You good?
I don't
I'm
need
good.
to.
I'm good too.
I'm not calling bear
Are you
by
good?
any means. Oh, no, no
Oh,
chance. No,
okay.
no, no.
Okay,
No.
good. I'm glad. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
we're
I
on
know
the
I'd
same
be a
page.
great black bear, but we don't need that, right? Blake, would you please tell us about your perfect day?
Yeah. So I would wake up around like 6:30, and then go to practice, and then I would say probably a good like 8-mile run on Industrial. It's one of the routes that we run.
I
That
was
like
about to say
it goes down the hill. It goes by that Stillwater Milling Company.
by the train tracks.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then we take that road to this little like gravel path.
Ooh.
Goes for a little bit, and then we just come straight back.
Wow, you guys run that far. Just thinking about running that far makes my heart hurt.
But like a nice like
Easy.
easy run where
What's the perfect weather for a run?
40s or 50s.
Yeah,
If I could pick a racing weather, it's like low 50s, like not much wind because that'll make it too cold, but like low like 50 to 55. That's a solid race.
Like when you can run without a shirt but not get sweaty, like
That's-
that's it.
That's
That's the
ideal.
one. That's the weather we're talking about.
I wish I could do that because I get sweaty. I do a down back in here, I'm gonna be dripping in sweat. I need that. I need whatever you guys got. Give it to me, okay? I'm tired of that. That's funny. Interesting. I didn't know that there was a weather where you could run and you don't sweat.
Oh, it's magical.
That does sound magical. I never even.
That's part of the perfect day
Oh,
right there.
I forgot to mention during the run, there's this little tree by the soccer fields that has crab apples.
Ooh, yeah.
More crap.
They're like apples,
hedge
but they're
apple?
really hard on the outside.
Are those the green ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's even
Those
looks like
those are crab apples.
crab apples.
Can you eat them?
I don't think so. Unless you like crack them open.
I don't know what it's for.
I don't think you'd
actually.
want to.
Is it like an actual
like-
food,
I
or is
wouldn't
it?
if I were you.
I don't think I don't think I was going to. It was more out of pure curiosity. I know that curiosity kills the cat, and I will not be the cat. You know?
I'm no cat.
I am no cat. I am dog. Roof.
No, I am
And
bear.
occasionally,
I am bear.
I was gonna say, and occasionally, bear. Ah, yes.
But
I am brother bear.
Brother.
Coda!
sometimes we take those apples and we roll them down the hill
Okay.
in hopes that like they smack a car, then they explode.
Not like hit the car, but like the car hits it.
The car hits it.
Yes,
and then
it
the apple
rolls
explodes.
over.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're
No
not,
damage is done to any cars.
we're not like throwing out
Thank you
windshields
for the
or
clar-
anything.
Thank you for the
You're
clarification.
welcome. I'm not preying on people's downfall.
Just gonna get a nice email from Chris.
Yeah. The cross-country team is not allowed to run that way anymore.
Throwing apples at windshields.
No.
We
But
are not
before that
doing
gets
that.
taken too seriously, we roll them on the ground.
Yes.
But there's only like a couple week period. There's a couple that are starting to fall right now, but like
They're little baby
in like
guys.
a couple weeks, like
They're gonna be massive.
they're like every morning there'll be a new fresh,
Batch
a new
yeah.
batch.
that you need to. that
And then the
needs to
whole
be
team,
run
we
over.
all get them, and then we're like 3, 2, 1, and we all throw them.
Then it's great. You hit the perfect angle and it's like rolling all the way down the road.
Yeah, if
Like,
you can
Then you
get it to-
actually hit a car and
It's perfect.
it's amazing.
The car hits
The car hits
Yeah,
the
yeah,
apple.
yeah.
car hits
There's,
Yeah.
there is
Sorry.
such wording is so important. in
This is true.
it's very important.
Ah, yes.
We clarify.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. You guys are hilarious. Man, words are even escaping me. What?
But then after that,
Oh, you got more.
I got
I'm
more.
so sorry.
Trust me, I got a lot more in me.
You guys were lame.
We're running and done. We got so much more to do.
And then we get back, we go to the calf. Like everyone goes to the calf.
When you say everyone, we talk about men's and women's.
Oh yeah.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Like we have our table, it's lined up like
I
all the way
do
down.
love how the athletes do have their table. Soccer is on the far.
Like closest
Well,
to
I
the
guess the
door.
women's side is over there by the window. Then it's men's soccer.
See, we're other side.
Other side. Then it's
Yeah.
By the back
baseball.
door.
Middle tables are all for for me because I'm weird.
Normal.
And then it's basketball. And you guys are like down the end on basketball.
Yeah,
or
we're
something?
kind of next to basketball.
Yeah.
Us and basketball kind of share.
Us and
they-
women's
Like
basketball
when they're
share.
there, they have the
End of
end of the table, and
Yes.
then we'll line up the entire rest of it. Just
It's so beautiful. You guys are
Today there was a high school touring, and all the tables were taken. Had to sit somewhere
how
else.
upset were you?
I was pretty upset.
You know what I'm
did.
saying? 'Cause I would imagine you're a
Because
creature
they were
of
sitting in the
habit.
basketball guys' table, so then that forced them to our table. So then I had to sit at the very end.
he already sent an email. It was ridiculous.
Dear President, please do not allow high schoolers to tour campus. And if they do, don't eat lunch when I'm eating.
Yeah.
Thanks.
There we go.
Period. Continue with your perfect day. I apologize.
But then after that, come back to the room, take a shower, and then
Important.
a good nap. Like
How long is this nap?
for me, my perfect nap time is like you nap for an hour,
Yeah.
but it was so good that it takes you 30 minutes to wake up.
Ooh.
You see what I mean?
I do see what you
It's
mean.
like an hour and a half.
That's like how I feel about when I wake up in the morning. It's like I set the alarm at a good appropriate time, and you're like, wow,
You don't really use
I don't
it
need
until.
to.
Give me 10 more minutes.
Give me a 30. Let me get another 20. All right. We're getting pretty desperate. We gotta get up now.
That little
no.
like 15, 20 minute like nap after you wake up,
Oh,
and then you
beautiful.
actually have to wake up.
But if that's only if you set an alarm,
I did. I
because
this morning.
sometimes if you don't,
I did the same thing.
Yep.
it turns into an hour, and you're like, oh, I'm late. Got it. Cool. We should probably get up now.
Like I was up at I think 5:20 this morning,
Yes.
and then I had other alarms set, and then my 5:35 went off. I got that 15-minute extra power nap. It felt good.
I'm proud of you.
I was ready to go.
That makes me happy that you got that extra little
Yep.
extra little burst.
It felt good.
Well, I hear that you guys also are frequent podcasters as well.
Yep.
So
Frequent is a strong word.
frequent is a strong
But
word. You're not as
podcasting-
consistent as me. I get it. Yeah. I try my
it's
best.
Gotta
to
let
be-
someone have the glory on campus.
Well, I don't want the glory because this is about you guys. Nobody really cares about retired bum Corey King.
I care about Brother Bear, Corey King.
Roar.
Roar.
I don't know how this came, but I
Yeah, I like it.
We had to come up with something, so we're in passing and we don't have time to roar.
Lord.
Gentleman's game of bear.
But yeah, so me and my 3 roommates have a podcast called the Ping Pong Pod.
The ping pong pod. Mm-hmm. Okay.
We don't talk about ping pong.
What do you guys dabble upon?
We talk about kind of the exact same stuff we're talking about here.
Okay.
Like running, kind of like life, what we do, how classes are going.
Awesome.
But we record on a miniature ping pong table.
Ooh,
Yeah.
miniature. Like how small is a miniature?
Kind of like, I don't know actually. It's kind of like, imagine like this area
Yeah.
that we're not taking up on the carpet.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's
we
kinda
fit
like
like
that.
right here.
Yeah.
Perfect. Awesome.
It's like half a ping pong
Can
table.
can Corey get an invite to the
Of course, Corey
to
needed
the,
an
to,
invite.
the, to the show?
Of course.
I want to be a fellow ping ponger.
We'll get you in.
Excellent. Just talk to my guys. My guys will talk to your guys,
Yep.
and we can schedule something.
That sounds good with me.
That sounds
Shoot
perfect.
him a little email. He'll get on.
No. I got people.
He
that
has
hand-
people.
I don't send emails myself.
Send the people.
He's big time. All right.
I almost forgot. Like,
Yeah, can you figure it out? Do you think that I scheduled you guys through myself? No. I just show up. I'm the talent.
And in his own words, no one cares about.
Yikes.
Low blow. I'm sorry.
And here we are, full circle.
Well, safe to say Corey doesn't want to be on the ping pong pod anymore.
Stop, I do, please, invite me. As student athletes, we only typically get one day off. What do you guys do in this one day? I remember for me, in my one day, I am cramming homework because I'm a procrastinator, I'm grade A. If they were giving out doctorate degrees in procrastination, I'm the guy, But what do you guys typically like to do on this, obviously one day of rest for you, you're trying to recover your body. I'm assuming you're napping, so.
Actually, we're lucky that our day off usually falls on a Sunday. So that gives us a chance to spend time at church.
Oh, beautiful, yes.
Me and one of my roommates, Ian, we serve at this church in Ulaga called Harbor.
Okay.
Serve in the kids' room for the first service and then attend the second service. So it's really nice to spend like the majority of your day like still being productive,
Yeah,
but not really like realizing that the time's going by.
right. That's beautiful. And that's important to still, life is chaos, it's controlled chaos, and being able to have the time to connect and have faith and build faith is valuable. How about for you other two gentlemen, how do you, besides playing bear?
it's either golf or disc golf, usually. That's my full Sunday. Like if I golf, it's like we'll have like a solid like 11-ish tee time, or maybe earlier sometimes. But usually 11, that's a sweet spot because I get my run in if I need it, and then breakfast, golf,
Wow.
and then I come.
Strict schedule.
Yeah, strict. No room
Do
for
you,
error.
do you disc golf after the golf?
Not usually.
It's a tall task right there.
It seems like a long
It
day.
is a total. Because then I come home, shower, I can relax for a little bit,
Yeah.
dinner.
Ooh.
It really hits.
No homework on Sunday? Are you guys like overachievers and get your homework
no.
done?
No.
Excellent. I'm glad we're all in.
Well,
All in on Just go. We're on different pages. I thought we were all in on procrastination. Then you went bear. Yikes! That was scary. How's your Sundays?
Well, I usually sometimes I'll go home and stay Saturday night at my house, but then I go to church in the mornings at the I think it's 10:30 service, and then or 10 o'clock service, and then after that I go to work at 12 to 8. So
Where
my
you work
Sundays Walmart in Owasso.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Wally World. That's my favorite place to go.
Yes, it is. It's a good place.
Greatest
Nathan
stalker.
knows. I know Nathan's watching. Walmart guys. And Condor. He's a Walmart worker.
The greatest stalkers out there.
Yep. So my Sunday's pretty booked, so it kind of forces me to get my homework done before. So I guess it's kind of good.
So you're
But
not on
I
the
also-
procrastination train.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's usually like
you
I do
lied
it
to us.
Friday.
You did.
Friday or Saturday is when I do it. So
Okay. Fair enough.
It was kind of nice this week. We were on the bus on Thursday, So like I was missing my Thursday and Friday class. So on the way there, it was like 5 hours, 5.5 ish. It was just straight homework. So I didn't have anything to do for Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
So you said your Sunday was perfect. Spectacular.
I
Where'd
did
you go
golf.
golfing at? Did you go to Heritage?
I did Battle Creek and Broken Arrows.
Ooh, that's a good
Broken Arrow.
Broken Arrow. Okay. How'd you shoot? How'd you do?
Below par. Or no, not below the score par.
I was gonna be like, wow.
Like
Subpar performance. It was very bad.
I was going to say.
Wow, below par, huh? Coach Brown, we got a dual sport athlete for you.
Yeah, definitely not below par. I was above par before the first hole, but
Before the first.
Before the first hole. Bro's on the range.
got to the driving range, already gave myself a bogey.
I deserve this.
I can just see it
This is
coming.
not your fault, driver. This is me. This is a user error. Well, fellas, I am so grateful to have the opportunity to get to know you guys on a deeper level, and I appreciate you guys taking time out of your busy day to be on the show on the Voices on the Hill, and I hope that people at home get a deeper insight onto who you guys are, and besides what they see on the screen when they're looking at our highlights, or when they see you on the track, that you guys are deeper and beautiful human beings who have who are absolutely hilarious and are skilled in what they do. So without further ado, that is the Voices on the Hill. I appreciate your time.